morning, everyone. Today I would like to share with everyone how we can practice our mindfulness when we're facing the suffering. As I already explained earlier at other video clip, what is the eighth suffering? As this eighth suffering, birth, aging, sickness, death, suffering being apart from our loved ones, suffering we have to be with the one we hate, suffering of we cannot get whatever we want, suffering of we have these 5 elements of body. And this 8 type of suffering with us all the time. Some people may think, if I face something is horrible in my life, the simple way just I commit suicide, I finish this turn of life, and I will be no more suffering. But the answer is no. Why is that? Because as I already explained, we have 6 realms of sentient being. It's continuous being birth and death until we are able to liberate ourselves, attain the Buddhahood. Once we attain the Buddhahood, there is no rebirth, there is no death. It's already enlightened. So until we are enlightened our Buddhahood, we never be free of this being birth and death. So commit suicide is not conclude the suffering. In order we can liberate this suffering, we need actually practice to free the suffering from our own practices. How to do that? The way is simple. We need to practice our mind. We need to practice our body. We need to practice our speech. We need to use our body, speech, and mind to create a good karma. Good body karma, good speech karma, good mind activity karma. So by creating all the positive karma, we are sure in the future turn of life, we always have a better condition than today. Because we know what we have right now is a past turn of life, the karma. We cannot change the past, but we can create for the better future. But in ultimate truth of Buddhist philosophy, it not means the bad karma we create in the past cannot be modified. In Buddhist practice, the past bad behavior, bad karma, can through repentance be purified by true compassionate practice. But in the daily practice, how can we let those suffering feelings go away from our heart, from our mind activity? You can practice a very simple way. You can do a practice of acknowledge this suffering. For instance, when we experience the physical suffering, being sick, we are having a fever. When we having this suffering, you can actually simply to put all your awareness on this suffering of you have a high fever. You just need to put aware your mind to observe this feeling of suffering. Sometimes the suffering of this fever will get extremely strong, sometimes get better. You can just be aware of these changes of the suffering. On the moment you are able to aware of your own suffering, you already step yourself out of this suffering on just that single moment of your mental state of suffering. If you can continue to practice that, and you are aware of that, you actually is able to separate with your own sensation, your inner side of your feeling. You are able to separate your body suffering with you are feeling this suffering. You can try to practice that. And sometimes you also can combination with our breathing meditation. Instead of you put your awareness on the level of your suffering itself, you can put your awareness on the breathe. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. You can practice this as your mindful activities. Once you transform your mind from the suffering to your mindful activity as pretty much your mind already not pay attention to those suffering. You already practice your awareness on the breath meditation. If you can combine this meditation, you also can practice yourself from any type of suffering you may encounter on your daily basis. I wish by ending of my sharing, you have a good technique to practice when you have any type of suffering in your daily life. I wish you enjoy and hope next time you'll join me again. Thank you.